In this video we're going to talk a bit about damage prevention. It's really important to us that you have the best possible holiday in our motorhome, but we know that with the best will in the world, accidents can still happen. The purpose of this video is to make you aware of some of our previous renters' experiences, which hopefully will mean you can avoid some of the expensive situations that we've already experienced. We've done a number of trips away ourselves in the van and have had not one instance of trouble. So it's perfectly possible to have a trouble-free trip, and the purpose of this video is to make sure that you have the same experience. Remember that the insurance cover you've purchased will cover most scenarios where damage occurs, but there are some exclusions. It's a good idea to familiarise yourself with the terms of the insurance you've purchased so that you've got no nasty surprises. From our own experiences, we decided to put together this video, and even if you have had previous experience of driving a motorhome, we would still recommend that you sit down and watch all of this video. Thanks very much and enjoy the video. For those of you who are new to driving a motorhome, there are two factors which you may not have experienced before which will be unique to a vehicle of this size. That is height, and the other is length. Our motorhome is 7.1 metres long and 3.1 metres high, and was damaged on a previous hire when the driver misjudged a building entrance and did nearly $3,000 worth of damage to the roof. Had the building been an inch lower, it would have most likely have meant the end of the holiday and an even more expensive bill. It's important to remember that you're not driving your family car, but a much longer and a much higher motorhome. It's also important when driving in suburban areas to look ahead down the road to ensure there are no trees overhanging the road, for example, which could be an issue. Trees can also be an issue in campsites where space is sometimes limited. Particularly in confined spaces, there is absolutely no shame at all in asking one of your passengers to get out and give you some help to ensure you have plenty of clearance. Also remember that you're much longer in length than the vehicle you drive every day of the week. When you make a turn, remember to go further forward than you would do in your car before making the turn to allow the rear wheels to clear the curb or whatever it is that you're manoeuvring around. We've learned the hard way that the most likely time for damage during a hire is not the first couple of days, but towards the end of the holiday, when you've become more confident driving the van and your levels of concentration can go down. So just keep these points in mind for the entire duration of your holiday and you won't have any problems at all. Now, because weight is so important in motorhomes, many of the items you'll find around the van are made from lighter materials such as plastic. And if you don't take a little bit of extra care, they can sometimes be easy to break. You can easily avoid breaking these items if you take time and don't use force. If something seems stuck, be gentle. Just take your time. Motorhomes are inherently small spaces, so for example when you're moving around or for example making up a bed, take your time. You'll find that if you don't rush and move things around carefully, you will minimise the chance of causing damage. Some of the examples of damage we have seen are, for example, forcing items into cupboards, which is damaged heating pipes, and another good example is a broken plastic grill which was opened with some force, breaking the plastic clip which holds it in place. That item was a $240 item and it had to come from Italy. So take your time and avoid using unnecessary force if you can. This motorhome has a Fiat Ducato 130 brake horsepower diesel engine. An interesting fact is that in New Zealand somebody puts incorrect fuel into a vehicle once every 5 minutes. So when you're fueling up the van, it's really important not to rush it and ensure you're only using the diesel filler at the pump. One of our renters did unfortunately put unleaded fuel into the diesel tank. Unfortunately it didn't result in any significant damage, but potentially this can end with claims that can run into thousands of dollars. So it's really important that you pay attention when you visit the fuel station and make sure you've only used the diesel filler. Also be aware that most insurance companies will not cover you for a misfueling event and you can be liable personally for these costs. We've actually now fitted a device which should prevent you from selecting a filler that is not diesel. Be careful not to try and force in a filler which is for something other than diesel, obviously this can cause additional damage. Each time you set off on a journey, even a short one, it's very important to take a few minutes to do a few basic checks to ensure that you're not going to have to deal with something unexpected while you're driving. For example, a cupboard that's flung open as you've gone around a corner, spilling the contents onto the floor. We've put together a sheet which you'll find in the cab area of our van, and we recommend you go through this just before setting off. We use this ourselves and it has been useful on a number of occasions and prevented possible damage to the van. Here's an example of what happened to one of our renters when they set off on a journey with the kettle still on the cooker. As you can see from these pictures, the kettle fell to the floor and was damaged, and the floor ended up with a split. The kettle cost nearly $200 to replace. That's the end of this particular video. We hope it's been useful. Check out our other handover videos on YouTube. To find us, just search for NZ Camper to Go, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you're sure to get any updates or new videos that we add from time to time. That's NZ Camper, the number 2 and Go. You can also check out our Facebook page by searching for the same name, and if you'd like to like our page, that would also be great. If you've got any suggestions of how we can improve the information we're providing here, you can email that to us at nzcampertogo@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching, and goodbye for now.